In that incognito existence, he was not supposed to be recognized, identified by anybody. Otherwise, he will have to repeat again 14 years. So that time Arjuna became a Brihannala, and instead of having the warrior's role, he was teaching music, tabla, peti and Bharatanatyam to the daughter of that Virat king. And this was known only to Arjuna and to Bhagavan Krishna. Public didn't know about it. That time on the war front, Bhagavan Krishna reminds him, if you are having high WQ, WQ you know, WQ means wit quotient. IQ you may be having, I don't know, but WQ is more important. So in Bhagavad Gita there are 108 jokes. If you can find out, you are wise. If you don't find out, I am wise. See, so there Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells him, Arjuna, do you remember last 1 year you have been doing, the Bharatanatyam, sa, sa, re, re. That is what you are doing. Do you know? That is over. Now you are a man. You are not having a Bharatanatyam going on. You can imagine what a shock it must have been to Arjuna. Calling a warrior on the battlefield as a eunuch. This is the only language a deluded fool can understand. See, discipline cannot be introduced by love. Discipline can be introduced only by the rod of law, not the in-laws. See, I was talking to somebody in Singapore. Everything moves so perfectly well. What is the reason? There is no question of, okay, mat karna agle baar, theek hai? If you are caught, in addition to the dollars, you get the whips in your hand. And they punish you. 10 whips. See, some American person did graffiti all over. So he was given the whips. Hunter. And they are so considerate, Suppose they charge you $100 plus 10 whips on your back. Slashes. And after 4, if you fall down because of that terrible thing on a naked back, they don't want to spoil your clothes. And when you fall down, they take you to the hospital, treat nicely, and on that it is written, 6 balance. Whole life, you will remember this. See, in our country, even if you eat the whole Hindustan and become a Raja, nothing can trouble you. See, friends, therefore, it is necessary that we have to have this clear understanding. We cannot deal every disease with the same manner. The disease of depression can be brought out only by shock treatment. And when this shock was given to Arjuna, that klaipyam masmagama partha na etatvayu pavadyate. And what is the klibata, what is the lack of inspiration, what is that because we are not determined? Because kshudram hrudaya daurbalyam. Whenever we are having a weak mind, we cannot have a strong determination power. See? The other day I was in some other country. They were asking Swami, what is this happening in India? Somebody called us Anna, Hazare and all that. We don't understand. I said, better you don't understand. No, but we want to know. I said, like that, when our second president, who was second one? Dr. Radhakrishnan. They see those presidents and see today's. So, when one American came and met him, he said, sir, your country is so beautiful. India is really lovely country. I want to write books on India. Dr. Radhakrishnan asked him, since how many days you are here? He said, I am here for 1 week. Oh, that's good. Therefore, you want to write a book. If you stay here for 1 year, you will write an article. And when you start staying here, you start living and stop writing books. See? Here we live, we don't write on paper and make an imagination out of it. See, friends. See? Therefore, na etatvai upapadyate. You are not here just to live through life, but we are here to determine and succeed in life. And that is possible only if we begin our day in an inspired mode. See, inspiration must be the beginning point of our life. If there is no inspiration, you can't even enjoy food. See? The other day I went to somebody's house for food. That is my professional hazard. So, and I enjoy everything in my life. That is the fundamental, not mental. So, when I was taking food, I said, Mama, there is no salt. Please give me some salt. Don't you have hari mirchi? It's all looking like, the sandwich type of food. So she gave me everything. She says, Swamiji, you have asked, my husband never asks anything. He just eats whatever is given to him. I said, Bichara. No, he really doesn't bother about it. I said, look here, I am not a buffalo. When you give food to buffalo, will any buffalo ask, thoda namak dena? No. If you are enjoying, participate fully. See, this is one way of inauguration of inspiration in our life. Never do anything half-heartedly. Do it wholeheartedly. Then you are inspired. Then you are determined. See. Otherwise, once this habit we develop, anything we do half-heartedly, no wholeheartedly, but whole in the heart, theek hai, kar lete hain. Now, when this half-heartedness gets into our system, whatever we do, we are unable to participate fully. Determination is 100% participation. Is determination. See? You must have seen your kids, small ones, when they are talking to mummy, and mummy is reading useless books. James Hadley Chase. And one girl went and talked to mummy. Mummy, I want to ask you a question. We went to some, meditation for children, and there they were talking about something. I want to ask you, is their life, my dear darling, don't you see mummy is reading? I'll talk to you later. Now the child has got all the, interest to know. Again after 2 minutes, Mummy, in our camp they told, is there an... I told you, I'll tell you after 5 minutes, let me finish, only somebody is being killed, let him be killed. Wait a minute. She is more interested in killing than living with the child, This is how the mothers are. So, finally, yes, I know what is your question. Is there life after death? Yes, there is life after death. Don't you know we are Hindus? There is life after death. Mommy, this is not my question. Then Mommy was surprised. Beta, then what is your question? My question is, Mommy, is there life after marriage? When that child is wanting to talk to the mother, and mother is not interested, or she says, okay, you say, I am listening to you. The child is not interested. The child will hold with two small little palms the face of that mother, pull her towards her and say, Mommy, please listen to me. 100% involvement in whatever you do is the beginning of determination in life. It doesn't matter what you do. 100% involvement. See? When you eat 100%. Enjoy every bite. When you walk, walk with determination. Every step we take perfectly. Many people ask me, why do you put on the wooden sandals? This is a mechanical question. When I was in Brazil, Swami, this is something new we have never seen. I said, this is a designer's piece. You don't get anywhere. Where do you get it? I said, I designed myself. And you won't get anywhere in the market. But why do you put on this thing? I said, the reason is, in India is a spiritual country. What is spirituality? Leave your ego and grow spiritually. Yes, we know that. That is what in India people go to the temple, leave their shoes, take new one and go. Because the shoes are directly equivalent to your ego. Even in the darkness, you put on your shoes, you know whether it is your or not, is it not? So when you go and take a new shoe, that means it is a fresh. So you begin your life. This is how India is spiritual. Then why you are telling us this thing? I said, when I go with this thing to a temple, people don't take it. On the contrary, they put their $2, do namaskar and go. That is the way. No, this is okay, but what is the real reason? I said, real reason is when you put on the khadav and walk, you cannot afford to take one step wrong. One step. Every step you have to be perfect. If you are climbing, let's take, 100 steps. And if you go first step and fall down. Do you know how Sindhi names are formed? One Sindhi was climbing 100 steps, 100, maybe big building. And he climbed the first floor and fell down. And there was a big thud. He became Thadani. Then another Sindhi, he was climbing. He went 5 stories and fell down. And he broke his leg. He became Kripalani. The third Sindhi, he still continued on the 10th floor and he fell down. And he died. Marjani. So when you are climbing the steps, if you fall from the first step, you don't get hurt. But if you are walking your spiritual path, and the purer you become, it is very easy to acquire spots. If my shirt is very clean, even little bit of emission from the car will leave a mark on my shirt. But if the shirt is very dirty, it makes no difference. In the same manner, if we really are walking the spiritual path, we have to remain absolutely alert, and absolute alertness is possible when we are fully participating. And when we fully participate, then only we are determined for that. See, friends, determination is this simple. And for that, inspiration is the springboard. Participation is the additional input. So, inspired and full participation together makes determination. Therefore, Bhagavan says again in the same second chapter, Hato va prapsasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmat uttishta kaunteya. Hey Kunti Putra, arise and awake, not to go back to Haridwar. Yudhaya krutanishchayaha. See, krutanishchayaha. We have to be committed in life. Whatever commitment you take. See, and once we are committed, we are inspired by the passion for that. One lady I have seen in Jaipur, very old family. Every year I go there, one lunch is there in their house. A very educated family, about 4 or 5 brothers staying together. They have got equal number of wives, and all their children are, exported. So all the oldies are staying there. And one particular brother and his wife, she is having a bonsai garden in her house, the whole house. And she does so many different types of bonsais. And she took me, I said, Mama, what made you do this thing? She said, Swami, it is such a joy. I create different kinds of bonsais. I cannot do physically myself, but I employ the servants. They do the things. And it keeps me busy whole day. I don't have time. Otherwise, kitty party. See, kitty parties are those who are kittens. They are not human beings. See? And thus, when you are able to recognize this principle, she is having that passion for creativity. This passion for creativity associated with the inspiration and full participation is called as determination for the goal of life. Unless we are determined, we can achieve nothing in life. See, friends. The other day, I received one SMS. All my wisdom comes from directly Vaikuntha by SMS. Once, Hitler or Napoleon, they were reported. The enemies have encircled us from all sides, sir. What is to be done? He said, oh, good opportunity. Now we can attack on any side. See, friends, a determined person will never see an excuse to withdraw. A determined person is always wanting to get into and succeed. And for that, as Bhagavan said, that we have to have inspiration. And for getting that inspiration, the problems are created by the Lord Himself. Every problem. See? If you are simply running, what is great about it? If you are having an obstacle race, when we look at the obstacles, we feel, oh, poor girls, unnecessarily jumping, remove all the obstacles, let them run. No. We look at them as obstacles, but for those girls, it is a challenge. Therefore, determination is possible when we are able to change the spelling of problem as challenge. So, determination is only changing the spelling. Don't look at anything as a problem in life. Then you are determined to fight it out. See, friends. Therefore, Klaibhyam masma gamapartha. Do not yield to importance. Lead with inspiration. Inspiration plus commitment plus full participation is called as determination. Now with this determination, when we begin, you can see, I was in South Africa, the same place where Mahatma Gandhi was thrown out of the railway compartment. That place is called as Peter Maritzburg. And the plaque is also there. Here Mahatma Gandhi was thrown and all that. So I go to that place every year when I go. That's a very holy place for me. And then the village where he was living, that village they have maintained, Gandhi village or something like that. It is so beautifully done. And you can imagine that time, the conditions were so awful, impossible to sustain one's life. And yet, what made Mohandas Karamchand into a Mahatma was only determination, friends. Determination does not happen, oh, Bhagwan ki ichha hogi to hoga. If you are not interested, why he should be interested? See, don't bring that Bhagwan in between, you know. Bhagwan has to be brought at the end. See, after going through so many verses, up to the 7th chapter, in the 8th chapter, Bhagwan said that Ma manusmara yuddhyacha. Right in the beginning, Bhagwan didn't say Ma manusmara yuddhyacha. 8th chapter he told. Otherwise, normally what happens? The so-called devotees, hogi Bhagwan ki ichha to ho jayega. Why should he? He doesn't have desire. Why he will desire for you? So we have to first work hard, determination, commitment, and after you are going in the right direction, there is a possibility that we will succeed. But the moment we are on the path of success, friend, failures can be digested. To digest perpetual success is very difficult. When the success starts piling up, one gets intoxicated. See? And the success is so heavy load that the brain starts seeping down and comes into Gutna. See? And when the brain comes in the patella, not Patel, see, then this bone is called as patella. Then we become so arrogant in our life. Therefore, first with determination, with inspiration, we work hard, full involvement, succeed, and at that time be aware that if we are able to achieve something, never forget the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita when he says that Adhishthanam tatha karta karanam cha pruthak vidham vividha cha pruthak cheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam. See? All that we are able to do and succeed in life, don't forget the element of the involvement of the totality in your success. If that we forget, then our own commitment and determination becomes a problem for us. See, friends. And therefore, we have to bring this element of devotion to the divine will as a part of our personality. It is for this purpose that in the beginning itself, Bhagavan Krishna played this Maya or this drama. He brought the chariot not in front of the enemies, but in front of his own nears and dears. Bhishma Drona Pramukhataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pasyayitan Sarvan Kuruniti. Bhagavan says, Arjuna, you are asking me to take the chariot between the two armies. Come on, take. See, these are the people with whom you have to fight. Your grandfather, Bhishmacharya, your guru, Dronacharya, and they are your all Kurun. They are all your relations, all your brothers. With them you have to fight. Was it necessary for Bhagavan to talk like this? In the first chapter, this is the only sentence attributed to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Pasyayitan Kurun Partha. Hey Arjuna, you don't have to fight with the enemies. You have to fight with your own people. See, what was happening 5,000 years before, is it not the history replayed today? It is always the same. And that time what is required is this Klaibyam Masmagama Partha. So about this, various things which are going on all over the world also, the news tells. That why there is so corruption, why they don't change the laws, the lawmakers. I say, look here, you try to understand them also. You don't take only your side. See, if you are asking me that, Swamiji, we know you have committed so much of crime, yes. But you should make such laws that the criminal should be hanged. Am I a fool to make a law to hang myself? So you try to understand them. We should have sympathy for them. Therefore, when